Is Netflix gonna pull a Netflix when it comes to One Piece live action season 2? Welcome back to Words of Paradise. I'm your host, Leon Idol, and there are rumors, and I do want to stress, they are rumors that Netflix One Piece 2 race swap Nico Robin, alleged season 2 casting call seeks Latina actress for role of Straw Hat archaeologist, and I gotta be real. I'm glad this is a rumor. I hope it's not true. There were all sorts of negative rumors about the One Piece live action leading up to its debut, some of which I fell into. You know, I definitely had a tweet or a video that I absolutely had to take the L on when I was reporting on some rumors and leaks that turned out to be patently false, and I was roasted for it in my chat, as I should have been. I want you guys to keep me honest. If I'm wrong about things, call me out. But yeah, needless to say, hopefully this is incorrect because the show has done such a fantastic job about being true to the source material. But I can see this being true, especially given one other piece of information. So we're going to go over this article before we do hit that subscribe button. I'm a nerdy news channel. I cover nerdy news every day. And yeah, I'm actually really excited for One Piece Season 2, which is set to start filming in literally just a couple months. So Robin is also one of my favorite members of the entire Straw Hat crew. So I'm real worried about what they're going to do to my girl here. According to the latest whisper on the ocean waves, one of which, if true, would represent a disappointing pivot for the series away from its previously evidenced dedication to source material accuracy. As opposed to casting call for the second season of Netflix One Piece has suggested the live-action series is looking to race swap the Straw Hat crew's resident adversary turned ally, Nico Robin. Now, I get a lot of you guys might think, oh, it's just a race swap. It's not a big deal. Well, no, it is a big deal. It's very much a big deal because Netflix has a very long history of diversity casting. Let's call it what it is. Netflix has a very long history of casting folks simply for diversity reasons. Because they're black, because they're gay, whatever. And then One Piece came out, and it didn't have any of that. All the characters were accurate to their real-world ethnicities. You know, Eiichiro Oda had gone on to say what ethnicity everybody would be had One Piece existed in the real world, and they were all accurate thus far. You know, yes, there were some side characters that were changed. Yes, they hired a trans person to play Kobe. I don't care. They didn't change the character of Kobe. The actor did a fantastic job. But there's reason to believe this might be true when you look at, in Season 1, we got this shot right here of this unknown character that a lot of people are saying is Crocodile, the big bag of the big bad of the Alabasta arc, and taking what we know about this possibly being Crocodile, and now this rumor about Nico Robin, I don't know, it's enough to make me worry that they are not going to follow the source material. They bait and switched us. They lured us in with an excellent Season 1, probably the best live-action adaptation we've ever received of an anime when it comes to Season 1, and now they're going to take that goodwill and they're going to squander it for diversity, DEI casting, pushing an agenda, when One Piece is already exceedingly diverse, so there's no real reason to do so. As reported by numerous outlets, including What's on Netflix, Anime Hutch, and One Piece franchise-specific Twitter news account, Oro Japan, the alleged casting call provides details regarding the series' desired looks for the live-action portrayals of 7 new characters set to run into the Straw Hats during their adventures in Season 2, including Crocus, Crocus, the former doctor of Goldie Roger's crew and current best friend of the Whale Laboon, for whose Netflix is seeking a male actor of any ethnicity to play between the ages of 65 and 79. So yeah, Crocus, not Crocodile, that was my bad, sorry. But yeah, this character right here. Yeah, male between 65 and 79, totally fine, accurate. Most of these reported castings are fine until you get to Nico Robin. Here we got Smoker. They want Smoker to be a white male actor between 25 and 35. Again, absolutely accurate. Smoker, another awesome character. I cannot wait to see what the live action does with him. I am wondering, though, if the live action is going to just Season 2 all be Alabasta. I highly doubt that. I don't think that would work, and that doesn't go in line with what we've seen with Season 1, so this could just be, 2 or 3 episodes of an arc. Yeah, we'll see. His first mate, the swordsman Tashigi, and she's going to be reportedly be an Asian woman between 2029. This is Tashigi. Again, Asian woman, absolutely, completely agree with it. That'd be A-okay. It's not as if One Piece fans have an issue with diverse casting when the character is done right. So when you hear me throwing a fit about, race swap Nico Robin, just know, while yes, on the panels of the manga, she doesn't exactly look super Asian, she got black hair, short black hair, her name is Tashigi. She's probably an Asian. Eiichiro Oda has thought out about this sort of stuff. This we got homie right here, Mr. 5. Well, they're going to talk about Miss Valentine first, but Mr. 5 is reportedly be cast as a black man, as he should be. Look at homie. He's a pretty black-looking dude. They're going to be casting, Miss Valentine here as a white woman between ages 20 and 29. Again, that makes sense. Both these characters are in line with the way they were portrayed in the show. But then we got the Alabasta Princess and honorary Straw Hat Nefertiti Vivi. Netflix is seeking a female actress of Middle Eastern / North African or South Asian between ages of 17 and 20. This is a weird one, I won't lie. Like, I'm not saying she should be white. I mean, I get it, she's got blue hair or whatever, but no, Alabasta is based off of Middle Eastern kingdoms, so she absolutely should be Middle Eastern, Northern African. I got no issue with that. But why South Asian? Like, Netflix just sitting there and being like, yeah, Middle Eastern, North African, or South Asian. Those are all the same, right? Like, for a company that wants to focus so much on, building up underrepresented voices and giving us such diverse casting so that we can hear from the marginalized, you kind of racist with this whole, like, South Asians are the exact same as Middle Eastern or North African. Like, I don't actually think it's racist, I don't throw that word around. I don't care about shit like that. I find it kind of funny that Netflix is willing to cast such a wide net for a character that's very obviously from a Middle Eastern kingdom, or based on a Middle Eastern kingdom, called Alabasta. So while many argue that Vivi's desired casting also represents a race swap, given that the home of Alabasta is a desert kingdom inspired by real-world Middle Eastern societies, it does not qualify for this classification. I'm glad Bounding Into Comics is covering like this. I remember back in the day, Bounding Into Comics would have thrown a hate-fueled rage fit about this character not being white because they had some just atrocious individuals involved with the head honchos of this company. It's so great to see Bounding getting back to the center where they should be, not caring that this relatively fair-skinned drawn woman in the manga would be accurately portrayed as, Middle Eastern, considering the land, the land that the source material is based upon. So yeah, good on you, Bounding Into Comics. Just wanted to throw you a shout out right there. But now here's the big one. Here we come to it. Robin, Nico Robin, a key figure, a central pillar of the Straw Hat crew. Honestly, the mom of the crew, the oldest member of the crew. Nico Robin, well, oldest member that's still alive, living human. The One Piece gets weird later on, but the fact of the matter is, Nico Robin, one of the best characters in the show, based off of being Russian. And finally, for Robin, the streaming service is looking to give a role to a Hispanic Latina actress between the ages of 20 to 39. Well, 20 would be way too young, because at the start of the show, when Robin's introduced, she's 27 or 29. So they should not be going that young, but that's neither here nor there. Also, this is what she looks like. Now, people will say, whether or not she looks Latino, whether she doesn't. I don't think she does. I've pretty much, I've always gone with the knowledge that she is supposed to be a fair-skinned character. Notably, should the role of Robin end up actually going to such an actress, it would represent the first major race swap of a main One Piece character during their translation to live action. In Ichiro Oda's original manga, the Straw Hat's resident poneglyph reader has always been intended as having extremely fair, near-white skin, as evidenced by the mangaka's first official colorings of both her adult and childhood selves, as seen in both their color spread debut in the manga's 226th chapter and the cover to its 41st volume, respectively. And yeah, you see her standing right, sitting right here next to Nami. Both these gals pretty white. And look, I grew up with a couple Russian foreign exchange students, actually. And don't get me wrong, they can get tan. Russians can absolutely get tan. It's actually pretty incredible. But she ain't no Latino. Let's be real. We don't need her to be Latino. We don't need you to be changing her race for some arbitrary reason. And why do I think it's arbitrary? Well, because Netflix has already shown us that they can do accurate source material casting. Usopp from Africa, hypothetically would be from Africa, according to Oda. He was black. One Piece, Zoro would hypothetically be from Japan. Guess what? He was Asian. Like, they got the casting correct. Luffy, freaking Brazilian. Who they get? They got a Portuguese actor to play him, or maybe the boy is Brazilian. Either way, they casted perfectly the first time around. Why would they be doing it now if not for some arbitrary reason, if not for Netflix saying, hey, we need more diverse voices, we need to get more DEI casting in here, we need to change what is being shown on screen to represent the real world, despite One Piece being the apex of a fantasy world. Further, answering a fan's question if One Piece was set in the real world, which countries would the then 9 Straw Hats be from, for I'm Taking Questions feature included in the manga's 56th volume, Oda opined that when it came to Robin, he imagined her as coming from Russia. And again, makes sense. Very fair-skinned individual. To this end, Netflix's intention to cast a Latina actress as Robin appears to be based on the fact that in the series' anime adaptation, for reasons currently unknown, its production studio, Toei Animation, chose to portray her in early episodes as having tan skin, only finally correcting the error after the series time skip. Now, this is true. There were some visual errors in the early episodes and the early adaptations of One Piece that showed Robin being more tan. But that does not mean she's Latino. Go to the source material. Go to what Oda said. Check out what he said about her skin tone, about where she would be in the world, and don't go off the anime. First of all, this shouldn't be an adaptation of the anime. It's an adaptation of the manga, which is in black and white for the most part, and then when they do the color splash pages, the splash pages show color of the skin tone that these characters would have. Now, Toei has notoriously messed up colors in the past. You know, if you buy the orange brick box set for Dragon Ball Z, the colors are all over the place. For the first 3 seasons, Goku's gi is practically crimson red, when we all know homie wears orange. Like, no, Toei Animation and other animation studios, especially in the early days of anime in Japan, early 90s, like when it was first coming to the West, they screwed up the color grading all the time. This is nothing new. So for them to be looking at this, I think that's a cop-out answer. Like Bounding in the Comics is saying this is likely the reason, and maybe it is just that simple. They looked at the early episodes, saw that she was tan, assumed Latino, but no, I think that's giving Netflix too much credit. We've seen Netflix bastardize adaptation after bastardized adaptation, after changing skin colors this, after race swapping, after gender swapping, after sexuality swap. We've seen all this from Netflix, and it's always done with ill intent. I don't see a reason that just because we love season 1 of One Piece to believe Netflix doesn't have any agenda behind it this time either. But by all means, I could be wrong. They go on to talk about how Nami's sister was technically also race swapped. I have no issue with this. She's a minor character. She's in a couple of episodes. You never see her again. It truly didn't bother me in the slightest. But yeah, those are the rumors going forward. I kind of want to know what you think. I know this isn't like a massive story and that you maybe think the race swap is nothing. But it's not nothing, because when you go out and you race swap these characters, and when there's now that rumor that Crocodile is going to be gender swapped, it makes you wonder how much of Ichiro Oda's vision is going to be respected. He was heavily involved in season 1. Did he look at what they did in season 1 and think, you know what? I think I'm going to loosen my grip a little. I'll let Netflix take the reins. They've proven they can handle themselves. And now that Netflix has got that A-OK, oh no, they're going full speed ahead. Because there was rumor after rumor about Netflix's One Piece wanting to put in some serious changes to the source material for a more modern audience, Western lens. And Oda put his foot down. Is he going to continue to be around for season 2 to do that? Are these casting rumors fake? Because if they're not fake, if we're going to have a race swap Nico Robin, if we're going to have a race and gender swap Crocodile, why watch the series? It's not One Piece. It's not what we want. We loved it in One Piece because it was so accurate to the source material, because it did such a good job of translating the manga to the live action screen. My dad, who has not watched a lick of anime in his life, except maybe seen, some DBZ here and there when I was watching as a kid, watched the live action One Piece and absolutely loved it. So did my grandmother. So did my roommate, who had never seen One Piece, but because he loved the live action show so much, we are now watching, he took up watching the show. We're now in the Wano arc, which that means we covered 20 years of One Piece viewing in the course of the last 6 months, give or take. The live action show did wonders when it comes to reigniting a passion for One Piece fans and bringing in new One Piece fans. And so to see it bastardized like this, I think would genuinely be a problem, regardless of how great the actress they cast for is. But those are just my opinions. Let me know yours in the comments down below, or let me know on X, where you can find me at Bolt the Word. And please do subscribe. I'm a nerdy news channel. I bring you nerdy news every day. Not always about anime or Netflix or live action adaptations, but movies, Magic the Gathering, music, you name it. Check me out on Instagram at wordsofparadise_Leon and become a member for $4.99 a month. You can join the Discord, choose the videos that I go over on a day-to-day basis, choose the articles that I like to cover, and become part of the vital idol community with growing discourse every day, where the only diversity we care about is real diversity, which is diversity of thought. It's a bustling community. You'll love to be a part of it. And until next time, it's all here in the Nerdosphere. This has been Words of Paradise.